Unit 4 Development of Business Plan and Entrepreneurial Venture Creation. Theoretical Problems. Brief Answer Questions. 1. What do you mean by business idea generation? Business idea generation is the process of creating, developing, and communicating abstract, concrete, or visual concepts of business to the society. It is the process that requires finding out new solutions of business problems. It is the process of innovating new concept, developing process and bringing the concept into reality. What are the process of business planning? Following are the process of business planning. Idea generation, environmental scanning, feasibility analysis, project report preparation, monitoring, evaluation, and control. 3. What are the sources of idea generation? Following are the process of business planning. A. Consumers. 1. Market study. 2. Distributors and suppliers. 3. Competitors, government employees. Mass media. 4. Define business plan. A business plan is an official written document which contains detailed information of establishment of a business and its successful functioning for earning profit and wealth. It involves objectives of business, method and process of operation and time frame of achieving specified objectives, projections, and strategies to achieve predetermined goals. It also involves background information of business, its nature, financa. Relater the no scope of busines papi. Following are the 2 scopes of business plan. Employees. B. Other stakeholders. 6. What are the significance importance of business plan? Asterisk. The significance/importance of business plan are as follows. A. Startup business. B. Business growth. C. Attract investors. D. Risk management. 7. What do you mean by business plan evaluation? A business plan is a formal written document containing business goals, the methods on how these goals can be achieved, and the time frame within which these goals need to be achieved. It consists of many sections having specific information. These sections include executive summary, description of company, management strategies, marketing strategies, product descriptions, and financial estimates. Define business model canvas. The business model canvas is a visual representation of current or new business models, generally used by strategic managers. It provides a holistic view of the business as a whole and is especially useful in running a comparative analysis. It gives entrepreneur a common language through which he can evaluate traditional processes and brings innovation into his business models. The business model canvas can be used by the entrepreneur to understand his own business model and also that of competitors. 1. Define Lean Canvas. And Lean Canvas is a one-page business plan template created by Ash Maurya that helps to deconstruct an idea into its key assumptions. It is adapted from Alex Osterwalder's business model canvas. It replaces elaborate business plans with a single-page business model. 2. Define value proposition. A value proposition is a promise of value stated by the entity that specifies how the benefit of the entity's product or service delivered to the customers. It is a concise and clear statement of the benefits that an entity is delivering to customers who buy its products or services. What do you mean by value co-creation? Value co-creation refers to the joint venture among entrepreneur, employees, and customers in the production process for creating value-added work and brand image of products. In other words, value co. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation. 4. Chapter 4875 Creation is the joint creation of value by the entrepreneur and the. Define sole proprietorship. Customers to maintain brand image of product or service. Sole trading concern is one-man business. It is established by a single person by investing his own capital. The investor is known as sole proprietor or sole owner. He actively participates in day-to-day management of the concern and takes risk of every business activity. He is responsible for each and every activity of the concern. Figure out the characteristics of sole proprietorship. Asterisk. The characteristics of sole proprietorship are as follows. Sole ownership, unlimited liability. Sole management and control. D. Undivided risk and responsibility. Define partnership. FIM. A partnership firm is a business unit established by two or more persons through joint investment of capital for mutual benefits. In other words, a partnership firm comes into existence when two or more individuals agree to combine their financial resources, managerial and technical abilities for the purpose of operating a business for mutual benefit. What are the two characteristics of company? Asterisk following are the characteristics of company. Legal personality, perpetual succession. Descriptive answer question 15 or 10 marks. Define business ideas generation. What are the sources of idea generation? Concept of business ideas generation. Business idea generation is the process of creating, developing, and communicating abstract, concrete, or visual concepts of business to the society. It is the process that requires finding out new solutions of business problems. It is the process of innovating new concept, developing process and bringing the concept into reality. It is the outcome of creativity that should support for the improvement of efficiency and effectiveness of organizational system and performance. Sources of business ideas generation. Generating new business ideas is an important component of grabbing new business opportunities in the market. It is more difficult to get good business opportunity in all the time. It comes from an establishment of a system to generate a large number of ideas so that one idea may get an opportunity for a business. It is not possible for anyone to come up with an idea and in the very first instance, convert it into a business opportunity. The entrepreneurial idea of a project or product should be feasible, financially sound, technically possible, and socially acceptable common sources of generating new ideas, and should fulfill utility of prospective customers. The following are the consumers. Consumers are said to be the primary source of generating new business ideas. Consumers are the source of revenue and no business entity can survive without consumers. However, consumers' want in terms of preferences, tastes, and liking are changing on the basis of changing environment of the society. In research it is found that some potential customers give very good information and suggestion of changing marketing trend. It facilitates entrepreneurs to generate new concept, idea, and strategy to promote. B. Market study. Market study is also an important source of generating new business ideas. Marketing information can be obtained through sales officers, advertising agencies, marketing agencies, dealers, and also through marketing research. Entrepreneurs can get detailed information of changing marketing trend through these sources. Such information involves changing needs and expectations of customers, competitors' strategies, new technology introduced, etc. It helps the entrepreneurs to develop new marketing strategies to fulfill business objectives. See distributors and suppliers. Distribution channel members such as distributors, suppliers, dealers are said to be the market intermediaries. They serve as a very effective source of generating new business ideas for entrepreneurs. They deal directly with ultimate consumers and hence they know better about changing wants of consumers. They also provide information of new products introduced by the competitors. Such real feedback of distributors and suppliers forces the entrepreneurs to involve in research and development work to generate new ideas. Competitors. In open market economy there is competition in every sector of business. In different situation the competitors introduce new concept, ideas, knowledge, and strategies in the market. Such competitors' activities would provide direct and immediate impact on business activities of the entrepreneur. Detailed information of competitors' activities facilitates the entrepreneur to know the weaknesses in his products and services. It guides the entrepreneur for involvement of new product development activity. Government. In some situation, the government can also be an important source in generating new product ideas. Government is in development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation, Chapter 4, 77 autonomous and powerful institution, and it is responsible for formulation of rules and regulation for the interest of general public and for fair trading activities. Many times, government regulations become key source of new idea generation. Entrepreneurs can develop new business idea by considering opportunities provided by new government rules and regulations. Employees. All level of employees from top level to subordinate level of management can be the great source of ideas. All the employees do work through mutual interaction, discussion, support, and control to each others. Teamwork of employees is an important source of generating new ideas. In the course of doing assigned job, employees may face complex problems and issues. They have to solve work-related problems through interaction and sharing their knowledge and experience. Continuous interaction of team members and sharing knowledge can help to generate new idea to solve work-related problems. Mass media is also said to be the source of generating new ideas for grabbing business opportunities. Mass media involves television, newspapers, internet, magazines, radio, and social media. A successful entrepreneur is taking a careful vision at the advertisement and business news published in these media. Through careful study business news of newspaper and magazine, a creative entrepreneur can easily come across a business idea. Media also provides latest information of changing new business trend in the market, which encourages the entrepreneurs to generate new idea of business. Explain about the nature of business plan. Nature of business plan. A business plan is an official written document which contains detailed information of establishment of a business and its successful functioning. It is considered as the foundation of business and serves as the roadmap of commencement and operation of business. The following are the common nature of business plan. A. Official document. Business plan is an official document which involves detailed information of projected new business idea. The detailed information involves description of company, management strategies, marketing strategies, product descriptions, and financial estimates. Such information encourages the entrepreneurs, managers, and employees for doing future activities of the venture. B. Provide guideline. Business plan provides guidelines about how the future activities will be started, processes to be fulfilled, and estimated results will be achieved. The entrepreneurs, executive head, and employees when fulfill the guidelines of business plan, it would support for smooth functioning of business activities. Finally, it supports for successful achievement of business objectives. C. Foundation of business. Business plan is said to be the foundation of business organization and its functioning. It defines rules, regulation, procedures, and system to be followed in the course of doing business activities. It also specifies division of work, allocation of resources, delegation of authority and responsibility to the employees. The systematic fulfillment of specified rules and system will be supportive for effective and long-term functioning of the company. 1. Describe the business. Business plan provides detailed description about every aspect of business. It involves nature of product or service that the venture plans to deal. If it is planning to deal with products, it involves detailed information of such products. The information about product involves its nature, quality, quantity, price, target customers, potential target market, process of use, benefit of use, and so on. 2. Specify objectives. Business plan specifies short-term as well as long-term objectives of the business. For example, short-term objective is to enter into limited market areas by focusing potential customers. Entrepreneurs determine long-term objectives on the basis of feedback of potential customers about product features, limitations, and strengths. If product or service gets success in target market, then decision is taken for expansion of business. Specify customers. Customers are the source of revenue for all the business entities. They need customers for purchasing products or services. Business plan specifies the potential customers who will purchase and use the product or service. Information of potential customers is obtained through market research and market analysis. It will be supportive for formulation of marketing plan to attract potential customers. G. Analyze competitors. In free market economy there is competition in every sector of business. Similarly, the competitors may change their plan, policies, programs, and strategies based on time and situation. Business plan involves market research which helps to know the new product or service they introduce in the market. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation. Chanter 4579. Besides, it also helps to know their future plans and strategies. It is supportive for development of new plans and strategies based on requirement. H. Flexible document. Business plan is a flexible document and courses of action specified in it can be changeable based on requirement. A business plan is prepared through assumption and estimation of future environmental factors. However, the trends of change in environmental factors may be beyond the estimation. In such situation, some the courses of action specified in business plan. Changing environment may need to change for adaptation of business activities with. Elaborate the basic elements of business plan. Component of business plan. The business plan should be clear and concise. A person outside of industry should be able to understand it. It should contain all the key information about startup, from what company's product is about to how much money it requires to build it. Here are the key elements that should be included in every business plan. Executive summary. The executive summary provides a succinct synopsis of the business plan, and highlights the key points raised. Within the executive summary must communicate to the prospective investor the size and scope of the market opportunity, the venture's business and profitability model, and how the resources/skills/strategic positioning of the company's management team make it uniquely qualified to execute the business plan. The executive summary must be compelling, easy to read, and no longer than 2 to 4 pages. 2. Company overview. This section provides a strategic overview of the company and describes how the company is organized, what products and services it will offer, and goes into further detail on the company's unique qualifications in serving its target markets. As any good business plan will point out, company analysis should also give a snapshot of the company's achievements to date, since the best indicator of future success are past accomplishments. Company overview contains 3 elements: 1. Mission statement, 2. History, and 3. Objectives. 3. Products and services. This is a section dedicated to the offering the company is, or will be, providing to the customers. In this section you will identify and describe all of the products and services your business sells or provides. It answers all the what, why, where, and when questions related to the product and reiterates the previous stance of why it is the perfect solution for the problem stated. The real value this section brings to the plan is providing the reader with a crystal clear understanding of why you are in business, what for. Market analysis. This section explains the current market scenario of you sell and how you compete. Industry. The size of the market trends, success stories, what is working and what isn't, and what is being favored and expected by the customers in the market. This section gives the readers a reason to believe why the company chose the market stated. Market analysis includes industry analysis, customer analysis, competition analysis. Marketing and sales. Marketing plan. The marketing plan component of your business plan details your strategy for penetrating the target markets. Key elements include the following. Product. Detailed descriptions of the company's product and service offerings and potential product extensions. This is a section dedicated to the offering the company is, or will be, providing to the customers. Pricing. An overview of the company's pricing strategies. Pricing refers to the process of setting a price for a product, including discounts. Promotion. Descriptions of the company's promotional strategies. Promotion includes advertising, sales promotion, and publicity, and refers to the various methods of promoting the product, brand, or company. Place. An overview of the company's distribution strategies. Place refers to how the product gets to the customer. Specifically, it refers to the channel by which a product or services is sold or distributed. Positioning. A description of the company's desired strategic positioning. Branding. Descriptions of the company's desired image and branding strategy. Sales planning. How you will sell your product service is a critical component of your success. Remember, nothing happens until the sale is made. Describe how your product service will be sold. Personal selling. TV infomercials. Direct mail. Who will do the selling? Company sales force. Manufacturers' representatives. Telephone solicitors. How will you generate leads? How will you recruit, train, and compensate the sales force? Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation. Chapter 4, 81. How will you support the sales effort, e.g. internal staff, service operations, etc.? 6. Organization and management. A company organization. Describe how your company will be organized. O. Prepare an organization chart. O. Will you have a board of directors? Who will be on it? What will be their role? O. Will you have a board of advisors? Who will be on it? What will be their role? O. What is the ownership structure of your company? What % of the company does each of the founders own? O. Do you plan to have a stock option plan? If so, describe how the plan will be organized and how large a pool of shares is needed. B. Management team. The management team section demonstrates that the company has the required human resources to be successful. The business plan must answer questions including: O. Who are the key management personnel and what are their backgrounds? O. What management additions will be required to make the business a success? O. Who are the other investors and/or shareholders, if any? O. Who comprises the board of directors and/or board of advisors? O. Who are the professional advisors, example lawyer, accounting firm? 7. Funding and financial plan. Funding and financials form the conclusion, but it is the most important section of the business plan for startups as it states the cost of the execution of the business plan. It includes all the short-term and long-term financial requirements and funding goals and how the investors can help the company achieve them. VILI revenue model. The revenue model explains how the company is planning to earn money using the business structure explained in the business model section. It explains the intricacies of the expenses and revenue sources of the company. Prepare a table that forecasts the revenue of your venture over the next 5 years. 9. Appendix. The appendix is used to support the rest of the business plan. Every business plan should have a full set of financial projections in the appendix, with the summary of these financials in the executive summary and the financial plan. Other documentation that could appear in the appendix includes technical drawings, partnership and/or customer letters, expanded competitor reviews, and/or customer lists. Explain the guidelines for improving the business plan. Business plan improvement. Following are the common guidelines for improving business plan so that it can be implemented in an effective way. 1. Specify objectives. A business plan should define the specific objectives of the firm. It should specify short-term as well as long-term objectives of the firm. It needs to set the standard of quotas to be achieved in a day, week, months, and year. 2. Fulfill structure. Business plan is an important means of drawing attention of audiences towards new business idea and provide no impression to them. A business plan should follow a conventional structure. Investors are very busy people and want a plan where they can easily find critical information. 3. Form of business. Business plan should specify the form of business for its legal status. The form of business may be sole trading, partnership firm, company form, cooperative society or other. 4. Realistic. A business plan must be realistic and implementable in practice to fulfill business objectives. In some cases, a well-formatted, excellent written and good research-based business plan for a product may not be considered as a good plan. Target readers. A rational business plan should focus on both internal and external target readers. Internal target readers involve managers and subordinate level of employees who are working in the firm. They do activities of the firm in accordance of guidance specified in business plan. 1. Define responsibility. A rational business plan should define the responsibility of every employee based on assignment of task. Limited number of entrepreneurs or investors cannot do all the activities due to lack of time and skills in different activities of the firm. 2. Assumption of resources. For any business, availability of sufficient resources is the key for its success. The resources involve financial resources, human resource, physical resources, and information technology. 3. Identify target market. Business plan should identify the target market for product or service offered. It should specify the potential customers who will purchase and use the product or service. Explain the elements of venture creation. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation for Chapter 4, 83. Element of venture creation. Venture creation is the process of turning a new idea or technology into a business. It is the process of innovating new concept, developing process, and bringing the concept into reality. It is a means of attracting potential investors by presenting new business idea. Entrepreneurs create a new business idea, expose such idea in an attractive way to draw the attention of investors and implement idea into a business for economic gain. New venture idea is the outcome of open, fair, and original thinking of intellectual individuals. The following is the process/elements of venture creation. 1. Venture project formulation. Project formulation is the initial phase of the life cycle of a project venture creation. This stage involves generation of new idea, motivation of converting idea into business and exposing such idea in an efficient way to attract investors. It is a gradual development of project idea and investigation of resources to convert project idea into a business for economic gain. It involves the joint efforts of team of experts who develop a roadmap for the new venture. For project formulation, it is essential to consider some of the factors such as capital investment, government regulations, skilled workforce, and technology. 2. Venture project implementation. Project implementation is the action part of venture creation. It involves implementation of business plan through proper utilization of resources. After formulation, all the necessary elements of venture project, the entrepreneurs take the decision for implementing project plan in term of business. For implementation of venture project plan, the entrepreneurs need to play different roles consisting of role of businessman, leader, innovator, manager, etc. based in situation. ELE venture project evaluation. Project evaluation is the ultimate element of new venture creation. In project plan, there should be the provision of monitoring the implementation of project plan. It involves observing the activities of subordinates and utilization of resources. It facilitates to get feedback of the implementation of plan and evaluation of actual achievement of work. It helps to know either actual achievement of work is in progress according to plan or not. 15 marks. Write short notes on evaluation of ideas. Evaluation of ideas. After identification of various ideas, the initial part of selection of best idea is the evaluation of each idea by considering business objective. For evaluation of generated ideas, it is essential to collect necessary information from reliable sources. All the generated ideas should be evaluated by considering their cost and benefit analysis. The entrepreneur can get support from experts and professional for evaluation of alternative ideas if it is necessary. Generally, for evaluation of generated ideas, it is necessary to consider factors such as profit, constraints, and risk associated with them. A profit is essential for survival and growth of business. So, at the initial stage, cost and benefit should be evaluated. It supports to know possibility of adequate profit or not. An idea which can provide comparatively more profit can be selected as the best for implementation. B. Constraints. Any new idea involves certain level of limitations. For implementation of an idea, it needs resources and it might be affected by changing external environment. It is considered with determination of financial, marketing, competitive and manufacturing viability in current and future business environment. C. Risk. The selection of any new idea involves two types of risks consisting of idea risk and process risk. Idea risk is associated with technical aspect of implementation of new idea. Similarly, process risk is associated with use of process, procedures, tools, and techniques for implementation of idea. Write short notes on market opportunity analysis. One of important components of business plan evaluation is to analyze the market opportunities for products and services. It involves the analysis of market in terms of size, demographics, structure, growth prospects, trends, and sales potential. It evaluates the various customer segments and buying pattern, level of competition, and the economic environment affecting market. It also involves how product or service would be purchased by target market. Usually, market opportunity evaluation should show the market growing at least 10% to 15% per year and have a good potential to the size of the business and investment. It is found that larger the potential market and the faster it is growing tends to provide greater opportunity for the entity. Write short notes on company corporation form of business. And a company is a voluntary association of persons having common economic objectives of earning profit and wealth. It has a separate legal existence and is considered as an artificial person. It performs all the business activities in its own name, and for this purpose it uses common seal. It collects capital by issuing transferable shares among large number of people. The investors are known as shareholders. A company is managed by the representative of shareholders known as member of board of directors. Board members are responsible for all the business activities of the company. It is a corporate body of shareholders with perpetual existence. The regular activities of company would not be affected due to change in management, shareholders, board of directors, development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation Chapter 4. And other internal factors. It can be dissolved only after completing legal procedures. Analytical answer question, 15 marks. Define business ideas generation. Explain the methods techniques of busines idea generation. Concept of business ideas generation. Business idea generation is the process of creating, developing, and communicating abstract, concrete, or visual concepts of business to the society. It is the process that requires finding out new solutions of business problems. It is the process of innovating new concept, developing process, and bringing the concept into reality. It is the outcome of creativity that should support for the improvement of efficiency and effectiveness of organizational system and performance. Methods/techniques of business idea generation. There could be various sources of generating ideas for enterprise formation. The conversion of these ideas into business is still a problem for the prospective entrepreneur. This involves a process including first generating the ideas and then scrutinizing of the ideas generated to come up with an idea to serve as the basis for a new enterprise formation. The entrepreneur can use several techniques to generate new ideas. However, the most commonly used techniques of generating ideas are as follows. 1. Brainstorming. In this technique, about 5 to 10 people sit around the table, generate ideas in the form of free association. At the initial stage of brainstorming, team members motivate each other to generate new ideas. Everyone focuses on the ideas that can provide solution to the specific problem. The brainstorming session is facilitated by the team leader or manager. He observes all the interactions of members and notes down the key points of ideas generated by the members for solution of a problem or issue. Finally, all the members come into a final solution of the problem either through mutual consent or majority of consent. Focus group. A focus group is a form of qualitative research in which a group of people are asked about their attitude towards a product, service, concept, advertisement, idea, or packaging. The term focus group refers to a researcher interviewing several people at once. The interviewer sets the focus in the session, but generally has relatively little control over the conversation. Participants can freely discuss the given topic. The goal is to explore perceptions, ideas, and values in a group of individuals and how their feelings can affect their behavior. Focus group discussions are used to examine individuals' perceptions and experiences of a particular topic. There are 4 components in the process of working with focus groups: design and planning, selection of participants, carrying out the discussion session, and analyzing and reporting the results. Problem inventory analysis. It is a method of obtaining new ideas and solutions by focusing on problems. Under this technique, the customers are provided a list of problems associated with the existing products or service. They are asked to discuss about the products or facilitates to find out real problem. This method should be better used for generating new ideas for testing and evaluation. The careful analysis of this technique facilitates to develop new products or service. It becomes possible by analyzing the problems associated with the existing product or service. D. The Delphi technique. This technique is developed in Rand Corporation. In this technique, a group of experts in their own sector of knowledge are asked to give their opinions about the problems. All the members write down their ideas, suggestions, and solution of the problem and send to the central location. All these opinions are handled by a central coordinator, who consolidates the opinion. Again, this information is sent back to the experts for further analysis and opinions. This process is continued until and unless final conclusion comes into consent. This method is more time-consuming and suitable only for long-term complex issues. One checklist method. This method helps to generate ideas in a systematic way. When any problem is identified in organizational activity, a team is formed for suggestion to solve problem. Team members can develop list of issues related with problem. If required, they develop questions that are related with the problem by involving elements such as which, why, where, when and who. The systematic searching of answers of these questions helps to find out creative solution of the problem. Finally, team members prepare a report by accumulating all the issues and solutions of a problem for submission to the management. The entrepreneur can use this method for developing entirely new ideas or concentrating on specific area of idea. 2. Forced relationship. This technique of idea generation is also known as forced relationship. It is the action of making an association between two unlike things in order to obtain new insights. In this Development of Business Plan and Entrepreneurial Venture Creation Chapter 487 Technique, new ideas are developed by looking at production combinations which are not related to each other. It involves comparing and contrasting a product with something completely different. The combination of contrast or unrelated products and services to each other helps to generate new value to the customers. For example, in order to improve the value of car to the customers, the idea generator may consider placing many objects in the car such as sound system, air condition, safety bag, FM, mobile phone facility, internet, and other additional facility. G. Attribute analysis. Attribute analysis is the process of breaking down a problem, idea, or thing into attributes or component parts and then thinking about their specific characteristics. It involves listing the incremental innovations in a product or services. It is an important means of adding value to products and services. Attribute analysis involve identification of major attributes, features, generation of alternatives, evaluation of alternatives, and find out a product having new features. For example, product A plus product B equals new creation. The procedures of attribute analysis involve listing of all obvious attributes of an object or activity. For example, color, shape, and size etc. are identifying those attributes that can be altered without destroying the main function of the object. 1. Mind map. Mind mapping is one of the best ways to capture one's thoughts and bring them to life in visual. It involves writing down a central idea and thinking up new and related ideas that would support to central idea. It transforms a list of tedious information into a highly organized, colorful, and memorable one when it links with other new ideas. Mind maps help to show how different forms of information or idea are connected for solving creative problem. For example, an entrepreneur's central idea is to establish a particular business, then he generates information of collecting fund, capital, location of business, competent employees, products and services, target customers, and so on. 2. Library and internet research. Business ideas may be generated from trade journals, industry-specific magazines, and industry reports etc. Such reports and publications can be obtained in the library of FNCI, NCC, Central Library, etc. Similarly, many businesses-related information can be obtained through internet search. The close observation and study of such report and publication helps to generate new business idea. It is the reason that creative entrepreneurs always study the new business relatorial, artices, and publications in new market. It is used for gathering information from a sample of potential customers. Survey can be accomplished through different means such as distributing questionnaire, drawing short interview, group discussion with target individuals and groups. It is useful for getting uptells, suggestion, and other related information of customers. This facilitates the entrepreneurs to take decision for introduction of new products and services in the market or not. What do you mean by concentrate the elements contents of business plan? Concept of business plan. A business plan is an official written document which contains detailed information of establishment of a business and its successful functioning for earning profit and wealth. It involves objectives of business, method and process of operation and time frame of achieving specified objectives. It also involves background information of business, its nature, financial projections, and strategies to achieve predetermined goals. It is considered as the foundation of business and serves as the roadmap of commencement and operation of business for profit. Contents of sound business plan. The business plan consists of many sections having specific information. The following are the common elements/sections of a rational business plan. 1. Title page and contents. Title page is the front page of business plan, which involves heading of business plan and detail information of business. The detail information involves name of the organization, name of promoters and executive, address, phone number, email and website addresses, and the date of preparation of plan. 2. Executive summary. The executive summary is a statement that shows the picture of company profile and goals. It involves key information of the business plan in brief, such as mission statement, brief history of business, company's growth, products or service, and summary of future plan. 3. Description of business. Business description involves detail information of the business. It provides an overview of key aspects about the business, such as background of business, its nature and scope, area of operation, target customers, products and services, competitive advantages, and so on. Any stakeholders reading business description should easily understand the scope of new business idea. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation. Chapter 4. Especially, investors and lenders should see what and how business has a place in the present market and its benefits to future customers. Description of product or service. This segment of business plan involves detailed description of existing and planned products and services of the company. It describes how the products or service will fulfill the expectations of the customers. Market analysis. A systematic market analysis can help to know future prospects of business. It helps to establish pricing, distribution, and promotional strategies that can support the company to be successful even in competition, both in the short and long term. Competitive analysis. In open market economy there is competition in every sector of business. In competitive analysis, at the beginning stage it is essential to identify both direct and indirect competition for the business, both at present and also in future. It also involves to analyze marketing strategies of the competitors and to identify their areas of strength and weaknesses. 1. Operations and management. The operations and management component of plan is designed to describe how the business functions on a continuing basis. The operations plan highlights the resources required for conversion of inputs into outputs. These resources involve material, capital, manpower, and other logistic support. 2. Financial components. Financial components involve both fixed and operating capital. Fixed capital is required for establishment of new business, such for purchasing land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, furnishing, research and development. Summary. It is concluding part of business plan. In this segment, key aspects of business are specified in brief. These aspects involve capital requirement, product and service features, target market, potential customers, competitive advantages of business, estimated sales volume, and profitability position of business. J. References and appendix. This is the supporting segment of business plan. At this segment, if any references are considered for preparation of business plan, details about those references should be listed. It gives an authenticity to the business plan. Define business model canvas. What are the elements of business model canvas? Concept of business model canvas. The business model canvas is a visual representation of current or new business models, generally used by strategic managers. It provides a holistic view of the business as a whole and is especially useful in running a comparative analysis. It gives entrepreneur a common language through which he can evaluate traditional processes and brings innovation into his business models. The business model canvas can be used by the entrepreneur to understand his own business model and also that of competitors. It is a great tool that helps to understand a business model in a straightforward and structured way. The business model canvas was created by Alexander Osterwalder. BMC explains the core elements in a single page that drive the business and leaves out all the unnecessary matter. It categorizes the processes and internal activities of a business into 9 separate categories and representing a building block in the creation of the product or service. Each elements of business model canvas. Following are the elements of business model canvas. A. Custom and customers are the source of revenue for any business. Therefore, in order to better sonotomers, a company should group them into distinct segments with common needs, behavior, or other attributes. Customer segmentity ones made on the basis of goods or services produced and provided by the organization. B. Value proposition. An organization's value proposition is the combination of products and services that are provided the customers. Osterwalder stated that these offerings need to be unique and easily differentiated from competition. Channels. The medium through which an organization provides value proposition to its customer segment is known as a channel. There are various options for channels available to an organization. The selection of channel is based on the channel that is the quickest, most efficient with the least amount of investment required. Customer relationships. The customer relationships building block answers the question of how a business organization can get, keep, and grow customers. It defines how a business interacts with its customers. An organization must select the kind of relationship it will have with its customer segment in order to create financial success and sustainability. Revenue streams. A revenue stream is the methodology a company follows to get its customer segments to buy its product or service. This segment focuses from where the revenue can be generated. When setting up revenue streams, it is important to recognize that an effective price for the product and service. Key resources. This building block describes an organization's most important strategic assets that are required to make its business model work. These assets are the fundamental resources of the organization to provide value to its customers. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation, Chapter 4. Key activities. The key activities are the most important strategic things that must be done to make the business model work. Key activities should be directly applicable to value proposition. In business, entrepreneur must start by listing the key activities relevant to his key partners. Key partnerships are the network of suppliers and partners who complement each other in helping the company to create its value proposition. In this segment, it is necessary to list the tasks and activities that are important but which an organization will not do. Cost structure. It involves the cost of running a business according to a particular model. Businesses can either be SOS-driven, i.e. focused on minimizing investment into the business, or value-driven, i.e. focused on providing maximum value to the customer. It is essential to map key activities to costs. Prepare the business plan related to your dream project. The sample business plan, business of rabbit farm in Nepal. A business overview. A pretty good business that falls under the agriculture is meat production industry that entrepreneurs can successful start is rabbit farming. Due to its high nutritional value, rabbits have become a very popular delicacy amongst Africans and African communities in the United States and abroad. Since Nepalese are beyond its taste, this business have great potential in the days to come. Rabbit meat is extremely low in calories and fat, hence people who are watching their weight find it appealing. Rabbits are prolific in nature and they do multiply rapidly. Rabbits begin breeding from 4 to 5 months of age. It is a fact that there are very few rabbit farming business here in Nepal that hasn't dominate market share in the industry, hence larger scale rabbit farming business can successfully compete in the industry and still make appreciable profits. B. SWOT analysis. We are aware that lots of people in Nepal do not eat rabbit meat, which is why we want to do our due diligence before launching the business. New Rabbit Farms Ltd does not intend to launch out with trial and error, hence the need to conduct a proper SWOT analysis. Strength. Our strength as a rabbit farming business is the fact that we have healthy relationships with loads of major players, agriculture merchants, and hotels who serve rabbit meats. 2. Weakness. Aside from the fact that loads of people do not eat rabbit meat in Nepal, one of our weaknesses could be that we are a new rabbit farms in Nepal and we may not have the required cash to pump into promoting of our business and encourage people to eat rabbit meat. We are aware of this, and our projection will overcome this maze with time and turn it to a major advantage for the business. Opportunities. Despite the fact that the average Nepalese has not preferences towards eating rabbit meat, the opportunities that are available to us as a rabbit farming business cannot be quantified. We know that there are loads of communities and hotels that will source for rabbit meat from our rabbit farms both in the local level and Kathmandu Valley. 4 threats. Some of the threats and challenges that we are likely going to face when we start our own rabbit farming business are global economic downturn that can impact negatively on household spending. Bad weather, natural disasters, droughts, epidemics, unfavorable government policies, and the arrival of a competitor within same location. There is hardly anything you can do as regards these threats and challenges other than to be optimistic that things will continue to work for your good. 1. Market analysis. We will ensure that we position our business to attract consumers of rabbit not just in the Dating but also in major parts of Kathmandu. Although the Nepalese aren't in habit of eating rabbit meat, our major target will be hotels that serve rabbit meat as part of their cuisine. Since the rabbit farming concept is in initial stage in the context of Nepal, we have competitive advantages of everything: the market and the price. We can take advantage of the untapped market in the local place and in other parts of the Nepal. It will enable us to be more than willing to build the business with us and help deliver our set goals and achieve all our business aims and objectives. 2. Sales and marketing strategy. We will take conscious effort for us to convince people who do not eat rabbit meat to patronize us and start eating rabbits. We have perfected our sale and marketing strategies first by networking with agriculture merchants and intercontinental restaurants and hotels that rely on rabbit meat from rabbit farms livestock farming industry who are likely to become our customers. In summary, this firm will adopt the following strategies in marketing our commercial farm produce. Introduce our rabbit farming business by sending introductory letters alongside our brochure to stakeholders in the agriculture, rabbit meat from the rabbit farms industry, intercontinental restaurants, and hotels that rely on advertise our business in food-related magazines and websites. Development of business plan and entrepreneurial venture creation. Chapter 4D. Attend related agriculture, livestock and food expos, seminars, and business fairs, etc. Leverage on the internet to promote our business. Engage in direct marketing. Encourage the use of word-of-mouth marketing, referrals. Sources of income. This firm will not rely only on the sale of our live rabbits and processed and well-packaged rabbit meat to generate income for the business, but also other business interests within the value chain. We have perfected our sales and marketing strategies and we are set to hit the ground running, and we are quite optimistic that we will meet or even surpass our set sales target of generating enough income profits from the year of operations and build the business from survival to sustainability. The sales projection is based on information gathered on the field and some workable assumptions as well with respect to the nature of commercial livestock farm rabbit farming business that we want to run. Below are the projections that we were able to come up with for the first 3 years of this firm. First fiscal year - 700,000 rupees. Second fiscal year - 900,000 rupees. Third fiscal year Rs 12,00,000. This projection is done based on what is obtainable in the industry and with the assumption that there won't be any major economic meltdown that can impact negatively on household spending. Bad weather, natural disasters, droughts, epidemics, and unfavorable government policies. Please note that the above projection might be lower and at the same time it might be higher. Pricing strategy. We are quite aware that one of the easiest means of penetrating the market and acquiring loads of customers for all our rabbits is to sell them at competitive prices, hence we will do all we can to ensure that the prices of our rabbit and processed and packaged rabbit meat are going to be what other rabbit farmers would look towards beating. One thing is certain, the nature of rabbit farming business we are involved in makes it possible for farmers to place prices for their rabbits and processed and packaged rabbit meats based on their discretion without following the benchmark in the industry. 2. Payment option. The payment policy adopted by this firm will be all-inclusive because we are quite aware that different customers prefer different payment options. Here are the payment options that this firm will make available to her clients. Payment via bank transfer, payment with cash. Payment via online bank transfer. Payment via check. 3. Publicity and advertising strategy. Below are the platforms we want to leverage on to boost our commercial rabbit farm brand and to promote and advertise our business. Place adverts on both print, newspapers and magazines, and elect. Sponsor relevant community-based events programs. Leverage on the internet and social media platforms like Instagram. Install our billboards on strategic locations. Contact hotels and restaurants and residents in our target areas by 4. Financial projection and costing. Going by the report from detailed research and feasibility studies conducted, we will need an average of 10,000,000.00 to start a standard commercial livestock-cum-rabbit farming business. This fee is sum total of various expenditure heads such as lease of land, Rs 1,00,000, purchase of baby rabbits, pairs, Rs 1,00,000, insurance expenses, 50,000 rupees, salary expenses, Rs 2,00,000. Machine and equipment purchase, Rs 2,50,000, operating cost, 100,000 rupees, promotional expenditures, 200,000 rupees. V funding generation. New Rabbit Farms Ltd is a family business that will be owned and managed by business active partners. They are the financial of the firm sourcing of the startup capital for the business. There are two major sources of funding for the project. O. Generate part of the startup capital from personal savings and sale of stocks of partners, 2 lakhs. O. Generate a larger chunk of the startup capital from the bank, loan facility, 8 lakhs. 6. Sustainability and expansion strategy. One of our major goals of starting this project is to build a business that will survive off its own cash flow without the need for injecting finance from external sources once the business is officially running. We know that one of the ways of gaining approval and winning customers over is to sell our farm produce, live rabbits and processed and packaged rabbit meat, a little bit cheaper than what is obtainable in the market, and we are well prepared to survive on lower profit margin for a while. As a matter of fact, profit sharing arrangement will be made available to all our management staff, and it will be based on their performance for a period of 5 years or more as determined by the management of the organization. We know that if that is put in place, we will be able to successfully hire and retain the best hands we can get in the industry. They will be more committed to help us build the business of our dreams.